Hello and welcome to the DFS_PhD show for today, the 21st of October. Remember, you're good enough, you're strong enough, and gosh darn it, someone's got to win that money. And hey, it's been us kind of a lot recently. I'm foregoing the usual celebrations part of this to get going because it's Saturday. I go golfing like an hour. But yeah, things are going well over here in Boneytown. I hope, or some last name one. Anyway, so in DFS PhD town, and I hope they're going well over there for you too. I'm so excited for Haywood Highsmith. We'll get the I think probably Sunday is when we'll get the basketball video up. I want to see if we can get any more news. There's a couple guys that I'm not sure exactly what we're going to do with. Again, this is early. We don't have all the news yet. Who knows what news we'll eventually get. My current build, I'm only allowing up to $200 of wiggle room. Last week, what I did for the 20 and what I'll probably do for my 20 again this week is to only allow max lineups. You're seeing like 60% of the winning lineups using all their salary. We're getting very efficient pricing from DraftKings. We're getting late in the season. They're doing a good job. So you can do that if you want. It worked. My 150 was better than my 20 last week, so never mind. I did win the mini max, whatever, but that was the 150, not the 20. So you may not do the 50,000 thing I'm talking about. That might not be a good idea. Runbacks. So something I wanted to point out, runbacks are not that common. I'm getting to like 24, 30. It's a little bit many runbacks here. Also, yeah, okay, I left all those in. I thought that I had restricted these more. I definitely did restrict these more. I don't know what's going on here. Okay, well, I don't want all of these secondary. Maybe I'm thinking of college football or something. But I don't want quite so many second runbacks are not as common of a thing as people build them for. So you're in the wrong part of the optimal ownership thing if you're doing a bunch of runbacks. But I don't know. Let me have a look and see if I have any other takes on the slate at this point. I've done a little bit of tweaking. These are my quarterbacks: Mahomes, Wilson, Geno, Mayfield, Jordan Love, Lamar Jackson, PJ Walker, and Sam Howell. I think the only last two you can really have any qualms with. I don't understand 5.4% Lamar Jackson. Don't understand it. Don't get it at all. He's expensive. Anytime the only reason I can think of for a guy to be low owned is he's expensive, you jam the guy. That's the guy you jam. Same thing over here. You got Travis Kelce. What ownership is Travis Kelce at? Because here's a hint, not as high as it should be. Yeah, 20% or something. Let's see what he is in all slots. That might just be the tight end slot. I don't know how they do it. 21%. The only reason Travis Kelce is 21%, it's not people think that 21% of the time he's going to put up 30 or something, or 20, whatever it is. It's because they just don't have the salary for it. It's $8,000. So, just like I think with Kenneth Walker, people 33% is a lot. Never mind. That's what I would be expecting for Kelce, right? Like he's at least as good as Kenneth Walker. We all agree. He's only a little bit more expensive. So those are my guys. That you're definitely playing Kelce. I'm definitely jamming Walker. But I'm getting to some more Jerome Ford than I probably will if we have other options open up. I think he's fine. Luke Musgrave, just like we're lacking in medium tight end options. Let me go over to the tight end. We've got high end options that are solid in Kelce and Andrews, and then we've got like, I guess, plays that you can play, but you're not going to feel good about. I always leave 2900s in the pool just because some people, like if you're sorting by just projection or whatever, you're not going to get to these guys. They're pretty low on the list. But, Troutman as well. You can play Troutman. He's definitely in play. At 2600 as well. That's cool. I didn't even notice him down there. So that's the exact reason these guys are in play. Because even players who are like spending, 20, 30 minutes getting ready for a thing like this, they might miss him down there. He's not like a high-end consideration. And he opens up a ton of more lineups with $2,600 salary. So yeah, whatever, he probably doesn't get there for us. But if he gets there, 5-10% of the time gets a touchdown or something, or 2 catches, whatever it is to make value at this level, he could get there just depending on what you think the other big. So we know the expensive guys are just expensive. We know the expensive guys on this slate are scoring points. So opening up $400 more, what does that do? It allows you more points. So if that difference between whatever, Musgrave and the other guy, the crappier guy at 2600, is less than whatever difference in a $700 superstar you can get, Yeah, you're going to want to make that trade. So that's why I have to have him in the pool. It's not because I'm super into whatever bad tight end I just told you to play. Let me go back and say his name one more time just so people on the podcast. Adam Troutman is in play. Cade Otton, Dawson Knox, Zach Ertz. These are your okay. Okay, they're fine. I mean, and David Njoku, I fully love this guy, like for embracing his burns, for trying to be, it's easy for guys to pick and choose their charities and whatever, and to do, kind of stuff to just steer their charity. But when you have a thing happen like happened to him with the burns and stuff, and you can turn that around to be, something for burn victims, good for you, man. That's amazing. But he's still just he's a mediocre option as a tight end on this slate. You can put him in if you feel positive. Or okay, so wide receiver, I haven't tweaked this yet. Let me have a look at these. Not getting too much Cup. He's so expensive, and we've got Nakua taking an unknown amount of ownership. I'm fine with that. It's the second part, right? I've told you expensive's no problem for me. Expensive, and I'm not sure about the opportunity. That's the big problem. I mean, Puka is good and is still there. Just to confirm, we're not expecting if Puka is hurt, that's good for Cup. I don't know. It's very weird. At the beginning of the season, you would not have expected that to have been something people say, but it's something people have to say because it's absolutely true. Puka is great. Okay, so fanboy stuff aside, I like Terry McLaurin. That's fine. Kadarius Toney. Yeah, wow, 3,800. That's it. I mean, his opportunities are improving within that offense. It's an explosive offense. It's a high total game. Fine. Not going to change any of these. Marquise Brown playing from behind. The wide receiver one, underpriced because he hasn't caught a single touchdown because he's got a bad quarterback. Maybe it keeps going. I don't know if he hasn't caught a single touchdown. He might have caught one or two last week because some of my best ball teams did pretty well with it. So, yeah. JSN, okay. Yeah, he still hasn't had that big game. We haven't seen enough from him yet. I guess that's probably also you can double check on what's going on with Metcalf. I'm projecting him in, but doesn't look like that much of the field is if he's going to be 4%. I love that. I mean, that's definitely why I'm on so many Geno stacks. This is a great, obvious Geno stack area, right? You have to choose 2 out of 3. So not everybody can choose the same ones. So anytime you got that combinatorial situation, that's just like salary. So combinatorial situations and salaries are 2 places where even if we all agree it's the right stack to play, you're still limiting your dupes, right? Because there's a bunch of different variants of that stack. That's why in baseball, I never care about stack ownership. You cannot convince me top stack tools matters as a thing to fade. It's a thing to follow, right? Like if there's a big top stack, play it. But I think there's enough permutations on what the top stack is that you don't have to be fading a stack. That's never right. So for me, I'm all about setting up the stack and I'm all about constraining the stack. But yeah, stacks are what it's all about. This is football. That's how we won last week. I don't have it up, but it was an amazing lineup. I got 13th or 12th or something in the mini max, the 50-cent one for $500. I forget what it was. It wasn't quite another free month of SaberSim. I just got it for the 1 month. Getting close to my max number of free months of SaberSim, so get cool out on that. Yeah, I'm okay with this Josh Allen fade. He's in my pool, but game script wise, New England, do we think they're going to push him? No. I had James Cook in the pool. I'm guessing I get to a bit more James Cook. Oh, I don't have him in the pool. Well, given the game script environment and given concussion protocol for his backup, right? We have no other. Who's the backup? Latavius, right? He wound up being the second backup is the one with the concussion, and Latavius is still a problem. So I don't know. Yeah, I'll put James Cook in the field for 150, but with kind of begrudgingly. Jonathan Taylor's so expensive still, but what if, right? I mean, I can definitely see a reasonable stance being to do Zach Moss or Taylor gets there as an RB fork. I'm not there yet. I haven't heard enough rumblings about that backfield to do that. I think they'll probably do just still split because they're both fine. And because at this point, given the contract situation, they don't want to use up Jonathan Taylor's legs this season. They might not get to the playoffs. But, who knows? Trying to read contract tea leaves in week 7 or whatever this is. So don't do that. That's probably not a good plan. Quarterbacks, I think I said the ones that I liked, but did I say the ones like the stacks? Oh, yeah, let's do game stacks that I'm getting to a ton of. Green Bay, Denver, and Kansas City, and Chargers. Now, I'm not, like I said, we're not doing much game stacking, right? Game stacking in general means you have a bring back. So what we see here is we got about 30% bring backs. Bringbacks are probably 15 to 20% optimal. This is a bit many bringbacks, as I mentioned, but I just want to say that we do have two pretty stackable games. And for me, I think there's one more. Chargers are in that second game. That's the other one I was talking about. All right, cool. Well, that concludes what I wanted to tell you guys about the main slate for the day. So yeah, keep join us on Discord, like us, comment, subscribe, etc. If you want to hear more of my thoughts closer to the slate, definitely try the Discord. It's too hard for me to keep track of YouTube comments, Twitter comments, etc. Near lock. So near lock, I'm in the Discord. You can find it in the YouTube description or I think it's on Twitter as well. And I think I put it in the podcast description too. Let me know if any of the links don't work. I'm a very oldish man for this, so that it works at all is kind of a miracle. Yeah, so thanks again for watching. And remember, you're good enough, you're strong enough, and gosh darn it, somebody's got to win that money. In this case, $1 million.